All right, today I'm working on sanding. So here's the fork. Just sanded the gloss off with 800 grit, taped it off, getting it ready for paint, and then doing the same with the frame. So right now I've just got this tube here and then the front tube. And you know, in the next couple of days, I'll get it all sanded off and taped up, and then figure out what I want to do for paint. And then also today, I cleaned up the crankset. I just used a copper wire brush, not copper, brass, and just scrubbed it. So, you know, maybe I'll get in there and really clean it up, but it's a bike crank, you know, it's gonna get dirty again. So I'm not overly concerned about making it perfect. And as of this moment, I'm planning to reuse this particular crank. Here's the gears I pulled off. These gears are all in fantastic shape. That's a 46, this is a 36, and this is a 24. So the 24 and the 36 are going to go back on, and I think I'm going to use a 42, and this one's going to get sidelined. So these are two gears I pulled off of my other bike. So I thought this might be a good opportunity to show you guys also what a worn gear looks like versus a good gear. So this is a 32 tooth. You can see that one's not so bad. You can see there's wear on it, but it's still perfectly usable, you know. So, I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to use this one again. I just personally don't have a need for a 32 at the moment, so it's a spare part. This one is also technically usable, but it had shifting issues. They were very minor and mild shifting issues, so I certainly could have got more mileage from this ring. But if you look at the teeth, you can see they're starting to become misshapen and they're worn. And so while there is some life left in this thing, there's not a whole lot. This is the 36 tooth off of the project bike. So this is totally usable, although it does show some wear. Totally usable though. So I will happily use this guy for as long as I can. And then here's the 24. 24 is pristine. I mean, that is practically new. And if you look at this 46, it's kind of the same story. You know, there's arguably more signs of wear than the 24, but this is a perfectly good chain ring. I would, under no circumstance, replace this outside of the fact I want a different tooth count. So, yeah, that's the project bike for now. Totally stripped down. The only things left in it are the bolts for the racks. So I think I'm going to actually leave those in there and just tape around them. That way I don't gum up the holes with paint. And then up here I have the bearing cups, and I may or may not press those out. We'll see. I'm considering replacing the headset, even though this headset's in perfectly good shape. So more than likely, I'll just end up greasing the bearings and throwing it back together again. So yeah, getting that gloss sanded off, getting it ready for paint, and I'll rattle can it, and hopefully I'll have some more updates here soon.